Hello and welcome. It is the 16th day of September 2019. Time starting 1400 hours 27 minutes ETC. All bets, trades are the like within each his own risk and their own reward. All right then. So what I'm looking at is the Binance. This is a bunch of codes on the Binance exchange. I'm really looking for day trading ideas more than anything, and a lot of this, if not pretty much all of this, is going to be raw footage, and that I really haven't looked at hardly any of these, but what I'm looking for are really two time frames, a single hour and the daily. I might, and if need be, I'll look at the 3 hour, 4 minute, and stuff like that. 4 minute, 1 minute when I'm really looking into playing it now, or if the decision for the key points is happening to be at the now. And then 3 8 hour if in between the daily and the hour needs to show me something. But the reason why I want to see it on both. 1 hour, I want to see something that looks bullish and ready to go right now. And something like this, which is Cardano, is really in that case. As it had this resistance here, and it's leaving the 18 highs. On the daily, do I see something that is. Now this one is really interesting because, I mean, it looks to me like it's overextended, but is it too overextended? I'm looking for something mainly on here. Do I trust pullbacks? And if so, how far deep can the pullbacks go? And the answer to the second one is well, if it comes, it can come pretty good. We could already see just in this congestion area, and there's no guarantee that's going to be support. Would be 22. So there's definitely high risk, but the reward is pretty good with yesterday's session having a good break, breaking above this resistance in here, and that sort of thing. I'm not going to go over this. I'm going to go over a lot of these relatively fast. Pause the video here and there. And so therefore I'm not going to show every single one of these coins, but ANKR I was looking at just recently. On the 1 hour term, you had this really failed breakout in here that didn't break down thereafter, having a lot of support at 1442 handle, and then leaving the 18 average of highs here and holding it really well in this break above here on the daily term. Was this what I was looking at? I think it was. Yeah, ANKR. But you know what? This looks it looks pretty good within the daily. This is like okay. I like this setup. To me, this looks like this is something that has the potential to go. So the hourly time frame is something that looks pretty good. Now I looked at the size of the order books. Not a big fan of it, so I really didn't want to play it because of that. And plus, I also want to take a look at other coins. And App C, I think, happened to be one looking somewhat similar. On the single hour, it's just going sideways in here. And also means if you're looking to buy, you could probably try to buy it at like 1740, 1750 if you just want to try to get the best price if it's going to be in the range. But on the daily term time frame, it's got a nice little interesting setup in here, but I don't see me doing anything there. Atom's been doing well, so I'm just going to take a look at that just because I know what this has been doing as I've been following this against Bitcoin. As it's had a nice little run from this bottom, still well extended from the daily. So again, you're looking at do I trust pullbacks? Well, I trust even bullishly it could come down 15, 20%. So yeah, high risk. But I also realize high reward is doing so well. Single hour term time frame, there's nothing there for me. Basic attention is a very interesting one. Because one of the things when I see this is like, oh, I missed it. I think that a lot. And you did, but have you? You still have to say after that. And this is one of the This is one of the difficult ones, at least for me. A lot of it is that I just don't have the guts to play it when I probably know I should. Because this looks like a good play. And I put this line in here because, oh, if you're looking for a break, when was the time to get in? Well, in here it was looking nice. And then we established this resistance, so it looked good in here at around 855, 857. And then it broke this resistance again, so another shot at looking good at around, well, leaving this 18 at 858, again at 872, and now it's a little bit higher at 883. But when we look at this on the daily term, I see it came up to this resistance in here, pulled back nicely to the 18 lows, had this little session a few days ago, and now breaking it. This thing looks rarer to go. As far as where support is, well, we've already lifted off from here. I don't know, but the likeliness of finding support at the 18 average of highs right now in this move if unless we're going to fail it, that is, unless until it has a few days and the thing goes higher. So I think the price corrections would be higher than that. So if that's correct, and obviously that could be an area where maybe you'd want to consider stopping as failing in this area if you were to play it. And when we look at this in the 3 hour, if you try to get the cheap price, and this is the risk part, you try to buy the cheap price at like 858, 860, you might get it, and if you do, you get a better price than you do now at 882. And if it wins, again, you do better. And in situations where it doesn't go back and it goes way up, well, you don't get your play in, so that sucks. And if it's going to fail, you're gonna lose every time because it has to reach 860 before it reaches 760. But I always look at this and think, I don't know why I never played this. I probably should at this point. This to me looks like an amazing buying spot right now at that price. But definitely something in here that looks good, to say the least. I do like how it's breaking out against this. Right below that is BCPT. The last few days in here, just wild action. Is this stuff? I mean, there's 3 days in here. So one of the things this tells you is just if you're playing this, if you have your sell orders ready to go. What does this look like on the single hour? Well, if you're obviously there was a volatile moves right there. Not much is going on for volatility now. It had an attempted break above the 18 here. It ultimately failed, but it didn't break down. Now it's attempting another breakout now. So interesting situation. And this is most certainly when you see the breakout, one of the 2 times I think is a decent time in getting in. As you see it leaving the 18 average, and the second one is breaking above these highs in the low 17 in the low 1700s. I don't think I'm going to play this though. And below that is BNB BTC, which is something I was one of the two I wanted to play. I probably should have. And amongst this, we have, well, I mean, it was just been going down. Lower highs, lower lows. We supported this level, had this little move, and I talk about spots where you have your bounce, hold the 61.8 area approximately, and here you see weakness along here. So pretty much where this line is at 207 is where the must hold was. And on the single hour, didn't do it. It didn't do it. It's managed to make its way lower, and as you can see in here, leaving on just day trading spots, you can see leaving the 18 here on September the 15th. It was notifying, hey, it could go lower, and it most certainly hasn't. It's still saying that this run going lower isn't over. We've had this level of support come in here, and we've pierced it twice above so far on 2 tests. We did so here at about 1920 hours yesterday, and then this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning came down here. But throughout the day, it's had this rally at 10 o'clock, and it's been failing that rally pretty big, and it's showing a lot of weakness amongst the 18 average of lows. That if I can't find anything, I should just probably go ahead and really, it's like shorting or a sense. I'd be selling BNB to buy, like sell at 197, buy 190, buy 180, something, whatever, even buy 194, whatever you're looking to get. And the BNB Ethereum, 2 reasons to have that. One, because I can trade it. Same thing here. And secondly, if I think Ethereum's really bullish, then I can say, you know what, let me just try to play crosses on the Ethereum market and see how that works out. On the daily chart in here, it's just been going straight down. It's been going straight down for quite some time. I just added this code to earlier today. I'm thinking, why didn't I have it in the first place? But I mean, this is a spot where I can never sell. I'd never. In fact, if anything, I'll do the opposite. I'd buy because I mean it's been down so much. What do you expect? I mean, it could, but you expect it just going to keep going major moves. If it does, you get your gains probably fast, and they'd be furious, meaning large size red candles and probably only 1, 2, 3 periods. But are you at a previous area where you came from? Yes or no? And if you say no, go see your eye doctor. BNB USD. Again, something I was looking at yesterday. We can see how it's been looking to break down. And within this Fibonacci lines, I mean, it's only luck when they happen, but it's already told me that it's going to 1652 area. Why is the lines doing that? Anyway, um, we resisted. We didn't support this level here. We resisted it. It stopped going down, but Now that it's broken down below the support, it looks like it's en route to 1652, and that all rallies are guilty until proven innocent. And being proven innocent right now, I need to see, at least at this stage, getting above 2288. At least doing that. Okay, so I'm from this point on. I don't know what BRD is. I'm just going to pause it, and if that's the next one, that's the next one. And well, it had this day on September the 7th. I mean, your orders come in, it worked. An interesting volatility in here. I mean, this is okay. So you have 2116 down to 2071. That's about 40 points, 2%. And then in here we got 2140 down to, it's only a couple percent. It's not worth my time. Seller Network, CELR, has this hourly time frame. Broken above this level of resistance. It's been in a nice run for quite some time, so it's definitely overextended on the ones. This is where I'm like, okay, 3 and 8, because the daily time frame is showing something interesting. And the 3 hour time frame, it's a little overextended as well. So if I wanted to get into this, I'd probably either want to see it come back down to about 2600 and either take the play and buy there, or see see it show aggression there after the fact. But on the daily, it's been band flattening it. It's just after coming up to the 18 average of highs on September the 12th, exiting again. It's got a long ways to go, but it looks like what it's telling me is screaming out or stating that, hey, I'm going to go up and establish a level of resistance, which you'd expect to come at least around the high 28s, give or take. The Dash has been a hot one, which has had this big move as it's went on Coinbase Pro. I don't even know what Coinbase Pro is. I know what Coinbase is, and I don't deal with them at all in any way, so they really aren't too important for me. But knowing the knowledge of what's going on is always good to know. And after this move, and you see this, it's like, what the heck happened here? And that's it went up and down fast, and that's where you need to see market time frames like the 3. And it comes down, or it comes up out after coming down. You can see it comes up and doesn't come to the high, but it has a nice leg higher. Corrects higher low within this 18 successfully. Leaves the 18 at 2 o'clock in the morning. And now what we're seeing is that it looks like it's leaving it after this little move in here. And even this 3 hour, what's going on with that? Like 15, what's it going to show me? It's show me that looks most likely what happened when you look at this is that on the dash market against Bitcoin and the dollar, it had a nice little small rally that came back, and it too would be breaking out right now as well. But definitely something that's got the potential to keep going right now and have a good move. I'm less looking to play coins I already own when I'm just trying to get in for a few hours or a day or two kind of deal. But I will if it's the best by far that's available.